Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Blend. Is the thought of paying for college education freaking you out? Well, then you're like millions of American parents. Just join the crowd. But today we have things you can do now to save money, even if college is years away still. I'm joined by two college funding experts, Chad Harbeck and J.W. Hyndman. They're with Integrated College Planning, and they have a way for you to attend their workshop, whether it's in person or online, for free. We'll tell you about that in a second. Nice to see you guys.
Great to be back.
This time of year, okay, so almost the end of January. What are people who, so we're probably talking about high school seniors at this point. What should they be doing right now?
Hopefully they've filed the FAFSA form.
Okay, FAFSA stands for?
Free application for federal student aid.
What if parents saying, well, I make too much money, I'm not going to fill out that form? Is that smart?
What you're really telling the colleges at that point that you're willing to pull out your checkbook and write a check for your child to go to college there.
So not smart. You got to fill out a FAFSA form.
Right.
Everybody should.
Right.
Regardless of income.
There's two buckets of money that I think people don't know that they're out there. One is need-based aid, and the other is non-need-based aid. And do you know how you qualify for the non-need-based aid?
No.
You have to be disqualified for need-based aid.
Okay, so colleges are going to potentially give you grants or free money if you don't qualify for need-based aid.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, what are some of the most common mistakes, in your opinion, that people are making, parents are making, as it relates to paying for college?
I mean, we've seen a lot of mistakes that have been made as they come through the office, and it's unfortunate. Well, putting the wrong information on forms. So there's two types of assets. There's includable assets, which will help you pay for college, and then there's excludable assets, which parents sometimes, when they're filling out their forms, they use those excludable assets and they put them on the form.
And you shouldn't, because that changes the way your financial picture looks.
We had actually a family that really wanted to go to a university here in town that is a private school, and they were gung-ho, really wanted to go there, and they filled out the form wrong and ended up thinking that they had to send their daughter to Madison because it was cheaper of the two colleges. But after we caught the mistake and we fixed the problem, they were actually able to send their daughter to that college, and it was actually somewhere around $10,000 cheaper than it was to go to Madison.
State school.
Correct.
That's unbelievable. So parents of high school juniors then, they're 1 year away from maybe filling out that form, but what should they be doing right now?
There's been a change in the system, and we've been trying to get this out there because I don't think people understand it. The juniors, which are going to be seniors in the fall, we're going to be able to file your FAFSA forms in October of their senior year as opposed to January of their senior year.
Okay.
So we're going to be able to go through the application process and the financial aid process at the same time, so they're kind of lining everything up. So they're going to need to know what schools we're going to apply to starting in October. We're going to need to start filling out all those forms in October.
Well, that's a big convenience to be able to fill out the financial as well as what is it?
The FAFSA.
The FAFSA
and the application.
And the application at the same time.
Right.
For people who are years away from college still, it still pays to visit with people like you.
Well, one of the things that we've noticed, another thing that's happened, is that families sometimes will come in and they start to get excited about the whole college process, and they start saying, well, I'm going to go to this college and this college and this college, with no knowledge whatsoever of whether that college gives a lot of money or they don't give a lot of money. So what we're able to do is arm the clients that we have with the knowledge of, hey, I can go to these different colleges and they're going to have a lot of money to give, so when my daughter falls in love with this school and they start promising a lot of things, they actually are going to give us the money.
They actually deliver.
Right, so then it's cheaper for the family potentially.
You mentioned the way that people are filling out forms and often doing it incorrectly. Is that something that you can guide people through? Will you actually help them fill out the form correctly?
We fill out the forms to make sure everything's on the right line.
That's huge.
Right, we're kind of like accountants for financial, the financial aid process.
Yeah, and that's, I think that's the complicated part, and it saves people the headache, the hassle, and that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
You now have two ways that people can get free information from you and find out more about you and your full service, even filling out the forms. I think that's great. So starting with meeting with you and seeing you in person, you have free college funding workshops. The next one is Tuesday, February 23rd from 6:30 till 7:45. Those workshops are being held in both Lake Geneva and West Bend. To reserve your spot, to find out details about where those are being held, you will want to call Integrated College Planning. But first, some information about the free virtual workshops, because these workshops are available by logging onto their website and registering under the workshop tab. You're going to then get an email with the login information, and they'll address all the hard-hitting facts about the most common and very costly mistakes that parents are making. Go to integratedcollegeplanning.com to find those free virtual workshops. Again, those you just have to log onto the website, and then you will get an email. There's a workshop tab when you go there, and the phone number was also on the screen that you saw there, but the website, integratedcollegeplanning.com. Can people register for the in-person workshops in Lake Geneva and West Bend by going to your website also?
Yep. Absolutely.
Wonderful. Great to see you guys. Thank you so much.